in a day and age when motivational speeches and motivational content online really pushes you to constantly hustle to a point where you're successful, and that in turn can add a lot of pressure, and that sort of pressure eventually will jeopardize your mental and emotional health. So what are your views on being able to balance work and life, hustle and play, and how do you weave that into your life?
Yeah, so I have been a victim of toxic hustle culture where I was talking about, hey, listen, I'm only sleeping for 4 hours a day because I have, big goals and big dreams. And I still have those tweets. I've not deleted those. I look at those and I cringe. But because of that stress injury and what I learned in those 4 months while I recovered, I realized how important it was to take a break. I'd taken a break. I had allowed myself to recover, heal, physically heal. And then when I went back to the gym, I realized I had to start from scratch because I'd lost everything that I'd worked for. But when I started from there, that's when, I was just going to the gym, doing thoda sa warm up and going to the weights. I realized the importance of mobility,
Yeah.
Cooling down, warming up, all of that. And then I realized that, okay, you take it slow. Now that is something that I applied to my professional life, my personal life, relationships. And I think that's when, it's become like, okay, you need to slow down. Even with my holidays, right? The style of taking that holiday also has changed. I remember some 4 years ago, we would take a 10-day break, but we would visit 20 places. And that's okay. It's fun. There's nothing wrong in it. It's just that I know how hectic I used to feel, how chaotic I would feel because of that. And then at the end of it, you also realize you've not really seen a place. And if I was so passionate about people and stories and meeting new people and making friends, where was I? I wasn't getting time for that. You have to slow down for that. So now it's we go to one place for 10 days. And there's been that shift, I think I've just slowed down. So that early morning start, even if I start my day at 8 o'clock, I will make sure that that workout, reading, and a good breakfast is how I start my day. And then comes in the work and the work and work. Maybe it's not like sitting in front of the laptop for 6 hours straight. I will make sure that calls, I make sure that I get, now that we've been working from home, I will go to the balcony, I'll get some sunlight, I'll walk around during calls, take that lunch break and things like that. And then again, knowing that, okay, this is when you stop. I don't like that, I'll figure this out at night. I want to take this, I want to end the day at 6 o'clock and then I'll come back and I'll figure it out. I don't want to end my day with the laptop. I make sure that, okay, if in case I have to work late, this is how I have to, figure out my schedule. So all of that, right? Also leaving some space for, accommodating something new, being flexible while being on schedule. It's been, and I think that's why I say it's my superpower. Trust me. I've actually started accepting it, started talking about it, because uske pehle I was just like, okay, isn't this how it is for everyone? Like,
it's not.
everyone should be able to manage, right? But yeah.
Good. And I love a good fitness analogy, because even for me, most analogies are, driven from fitness. So when you said that, how you derive inspiration from fitness and your process there to your own life, I do that as well. Because even with fitness and coming to a point where you look fit to other people, it's a long ass process. It takes years. It doesn't happen like in a couple of months or in a few days. It takes years. For me, after 6 years, I can be like, okay, I can take a break of a few months and then come to a position where I'll be like, okay, no, I can bounce back quickly. But that's a process that's taken years for somebody to visually look a certain way. And it's the same thing with your profession as well. To us, even if we're hearing that you've got those processes figured out now, or in a place where you manage them well, it's taken that time for you to curate it, tweak it, make your mistakes, and then come to a point where you're like, yeah, no, I'm good at this. I can manage this.